Turtle TV. Hi guys, and welcome back to Turtle TV. Sorry this video came out a little later than it normally does. I had a few technical issues and it just caused me to get this video out a little later than normal, but let's go ahead and get started. So today I decided I want to do the Slave 1, and this is one that I have been wanting for a long time and finally got it, and I just couldn't be happier to actually have this. So this set number is 75243, the Slave 1 20th Anniversary Edition. Comes in at 1007 pieces, comes with 5 minifigures and a Han Solo in carbonite. So for the $119.99 that this retails for, you get, we'll call them 6 minifigures, even though Han Solo isn't really a minifigure. It's not so bad. And let's take a look at the back. So on the back here, it just shows the detail of all 5, or there's actually 6, of the 20th anniversary minifigs, which I would love to have all of. And then it shows the 2 alien guys, and I'm sorry, I'm spacing the name. I'll find it here in just a second. And then you have Boba Fett putting Han Solo and carbonite in the cargo hold of the Slave 1. It shows the features of the ship, how the wings turn, and there's a carry handle, and the missiles shoot. Very cool. Okay, now I'm remembering those names. It's Zuckuss and, yeah, Forlom. Zuckuss and Forlom. So let's go ahead and get this built. But before, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps the channel out. We always do a video on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with 1 or 2 Saturday videos a month. The ship is finished, and that thing was fun to build. It was challenging to build, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. But we'll talk about the ship more in just a minute. You know what we do first. We do our minifigures. So, first up, let's talk about Princess Leia. So this is the 1999 Princess Leia 20th Anniversary edition. So just like the Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's got a big giant 20 years of Lego Star Wars on the back, which really doesn't look that great, but you know, we understand why they do it. These little stands are made to connect with the rest of your 20-year minifigures. So boom, there we go. Now I am getting into collecting these a little bit late. I believe it's 3 or 4 of them are in retired sets now, and they're going to cost me a fortune to get my hands on. But I am going to try to get them. It just may not be anytime soon. So there's your Princess Leia side by side with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Princess Leia has some halfway decent printing on the body. No leg printing, no arm printing. She's got the old-fashioned blaster there. Now, please keep in mind that these minifigures were before they really started putting a whole lot of detail on them. We're lucky we got, you know, lipstick lips and the proper hair. But overall, it's a really cool little display minifigure to have. I'm pretty happy to have it. So let's set that down. Next up, let's talk about Han Solo. So you do actually get a Han Solo not in carbonite, so you can play it both ways. While you're, you know, playing around, you can do it before he gets captured and afterward. So the printing on the back just shows the back of his little jacket there. It shows his jacket at the front with the 4 pockets. He's got a nice little shirt on underneath. And let's talk about this. I wish I could have a perfect hair part like that. I mean, that hair piece is cool. And you do get kind of an angry face and a smiling face with Han. So you get to choose how you play with them. There's no arm printing, but you do get this glorious blaster belt on the legs there. So definitely cool. It's always good to see that extra printing on the legs or the arms. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about Forlom. So Forlom is a cool looking little character. You know, you can see, you know, his wires here. You can see a lot of damage on his actual body. You can see, you know, where the paint's chipping off and things like that. He is a very cool little character, a lot like C-3PO, where you can see the wires and the internal parts at his little belly button or navel area, his midriff. as you would say. So the back printing is really cool. It's got some nice little detail there, and he even does come with leg printing. No arm printing on this one, but it's also just a really cool molded helmet. I really like these special molded alien helmets. Next up, we're going to talk about Zuckuss. Zuckuss has to be one of the coolest minifigures in this. You know, I am partial to Boba Fett. I really like the Mandalorian armor style, but I mean, other than Boba Fett, this is one of the cooler minifigures. Now, the head is a very cool mold. You know, it's got that really cool Star Wars alien effect going on with the little breather right there, his eyes, and I don't know, it looks really cool. As far as the body printing, it does a really good job of staying seamless with the torso and the dress or the legs here. Now, one thing that I like is before on these dress pieces, they wouldn't actually have the leg pegs, and more recently you're starting to see them have the little pegs to go up in the body. They stay on much more securely. You do get the leg printing, even though this is like a dress or a toga on the back, and overall it looks really cool. They did a good job with Mr. Zuckuss. Alright, so second to last, we're going to talk about Han Solo in carbonite. Now, this looks really cool from the front. It looks really cool from the sides. The back is just completely hollow, which is a little bit disappointing, but I understand why they did it, to save on plastic, save on, you know, weight. It loses some of the effect to turn it around and have it be hollow and empty. And, you know, it still looks good. It's still fun to play with. I'm happy to have it. I just wish that they would have added maybe some pegs here, and then even if they just did a single tile piece that was flat on the back, just the same color, it would have been a lot nicer. But I do like how they got the detail of the shirt for Han there in the carbonite, and it just overall looks really, really good. You can see there that the shirt here has the same pattern underneath that vest that you see here. So they did a pretty good job keeping the continuity there. So let's talk about the big guy himself. We have Boba Fett. Now, he does come with the targeting computer helmet add-on for his missile on his jetpack, which is one thing I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but it's really cool. I like the helmet. They did a good job with the helmet. This is a little different than some of the older Boba Fett helmets. I think it looks a lot better. It definitely has battle wear where the paint on the helmet has chipped and flaked off. The face is a pretty good face. It's pretty close to one of those angry clone faces from the 501st, because if you know anything about Star Wars, Boba Fett is actually just a clone like all those clone troopers, and he's a clone of his father, Jango Fett, who died in movie 2, The Clone Wars. But Boba Fett is really cool, and his little cape here over his arm, I like those little half capes. Now it's like that so that you can actually see his jetpack. So what they did here, instead of like some of the older Boba Fett's, the helmet and the jetpack were all one piece. I like that they're two separate pieces, because sometimes I like to display these with the helmets off and he still has his jetpack. Now in the movie and the shows, the missile that Boba Fett carries would be a little bit larger. I wish they would have made that a little bit larger on the jetpack, which is the reason why he has that little targeting computer on his helmet. But you know, it is what it is. It's still there. It's just a little bit small. They did a good job with the jetpack. I like it. It stays with the green of his armor. Now, as far as the armor, still looks really good. It's got the nice green. It's got the chipping from the battle wear. Another thing I really like about this is it does have some really in-depth leg printing. You can see here he's got the little knee pads. He's got some pockets here, and they did a really good job with this Boba Fett. I really like him. Overall, I think this is one of my favorite minifigures I've seen in quite a while. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about this ship here. So, The ship is really nice. Just be careful if you do end up buying them. Don't pick them up from this part. You want to make sure you pick it up from right here to here, or you know, from the bottom as best you can. This part is not the most secure and it will snap off. So I want to start by talking about these blaster cannons. They do a good job giving them a full 360-degree firing arc, just like it does in the show and movies, and so I'm really happy with those blaster cannons. Now when you come over to the cargo hold, it's a little difficult to get things out of, but you know, it's accurate to the show. That's, you know, where they go in and out of. That's where they store the carbonite whenever they get Han Solo. So you just take your Han, you stick him right in there, and he slides right in, and he's pretty secure even with the door open. When you close the actual door or ramp, he is super secure. Now, these wings are super cool. They turn whenever you turn the ship, which is pretty accurate to the movies. That's what they do. They were very intricate to build, a lot of fun to build, but also kind of difficult. So just be very careful when you're building these. If you get this ship yourself, just make sure you get it right. Now, watch the wings. As I turn the ship vertically, the wing actually turns. Now it didn't turn all the way. It's still a little bit tight because it's brand new basically, but you know, it does turn on its own. Now, one of the cool little other features of this is the cockpit's chair where Boba Fett sits does actually spin as you turn the ship as well. So as you can see here, when Boba Fett's in the ship, he just kind of faces the, he faces that little panel and a screen. You know, screen. They're just stickers on the little bricks. But as you turn the ship the right way up, he does spin so that he looks like he is sitting the proper way. So that chair is tied to, I want to say gimbal in there, but it's not really a gimbal. It's just kind of a swivel piece that allows it to swivel as the ship is turned. So it's a really nice feature that I like that they added in there so that you can get the full effect while playing. You get to set him in there. He orients properly no matter which way the ship is actually sitting. You can see there he flipped up. Take that off and get another shot of it. So it's a really cool, neat little feature. There's not actually a whole lot of features to talk about on this ship. The back looks pretty good. The thruster placement is accurate to the movies and shows. These little switches fire your missiles. It's pretty standard. We've all seen those fire 100 times, but I will fire them again. This carry handle, though, is really amazing. I love the carry handle because I can sit here and fly the ship around. I know that it's not going to go anywhere. You know, it's definitely playable. It's fun to play. It's secure. It's not going to fall apart in your hands. And I love it. I would give this probably an 8 or 9 out of 10. Probably more like an 8. There are a few things I would change if I had the option. Number one being, there are a lot of stickers that go on this, and if you've seen my videos, I am not the biggest fan of stickers. I wish that they would do more brick printing instead of the stickers. You know, those stickers are not necessarily easy to get on in the correct orientation. They peel more often than not. They fade much faster than the printing, and I'm not a big fan. I just wish they would do more brick printing. So all these little details, it's all stickers. But overall, I'm still happy with the ship. Love the Slave One in the movies, love it in the shows. And if you are caught up with The Mandalorian, you know, spoiler alert, turn it off now if you haven't seen it. But Boba Fett and the Slave One does make an appearance in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, and it is really cool. It's kind of one of the things that prompted me to actually do this ship instead of another. Overall, I'd give this one a buy. Go ahead and buy it if you don't have it. Make sure you get it before it retires. It is set to retire here relatively quickly. All right. Thanks so much for watching the video to the end. Hold on for just another minute. I'm going to announce the winners from the Christmas video. I want to say if you're new here or you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and leave likes on any videos that you enjoy. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. All right, so we're going to talk about the winners of the Christmas video giveaway. So I didn't get as many comments as I thought we would on the Christmas video comment area, but we have enough to make it work. So a couple of the people that I'm going to name are not in the United States where I'm located, and I tried to look up the shipping restrictions, so I couldn't find a lot listed, but it does say that there are some shipping restrictions. Check with your local post office. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to ship these to you guys, and the post office will tell me yes or no when I get there. Recently, I tried to ship a package to one of our viewers, Bro Dog, and he doesn't live in the United States, and when I got to the post office to send it to him, they said, no, we can't ship this. It's, you know, the current pandemic restrictions. So I will try to get these to you that are not in the United States. I can't promise that you will be getting it, and I'm sorry. I can always ship it once the restrictions are lifted, so I'll just hold on to them. But the winners are Michael Santala, Jess Boy, and Alex M. If I could get the three of you to send me your physical address or mailing address to the email that I'm going to list in the description of this video. I can put it in the comments as well. If you are under 18, please make sure that you get your parents' permission to send your address, or just have them contact me if they have any questions or concerns. You can also just show them this little video. I'm going to be covering the cost of shipping. I'm not asking anybody to send me any money or anything. I just need your mailing address. I'm still waiting to hear from Lord Meme or Brick101 since you changed your name, and Sam Galt. Go ahead and get in contact with me at the email address as well. It's Turdletvgiveaways. Make sure you send me your mailing or physical address, whichever you prefer. Make sure you also have a parent or legal guardian's permission to do so if you are under 18. All right, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Turtle TV. Hey guys, you can become a channel sponsor by visiting us on Patreon at patreon.com/TurtleTV. For as little as $3, you can gain access to perks like unreleased content, behind-the-scenes footage, and exclusive patron-only merch.